everybody, and welcome to Cooking with Francois. It's good to be back and cooking with you again. Well, it's October, and fall is supposed to be here. So I thought I would do a little something that would stick to your bones and be nice and warm when the weather, if and ever, gets chilly. We'll see anyway. I'm going to be making lentil soup today. The first thing I've done is I have chopped up my onions, celery, and carrots. I have diced my potatoes. I've got my garlic ready, my sage ready, a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, and 1 cup of lentils. It says you can use brown or green. I am using green lentils. Now I have put 2 tablespoons of olive oil into my pressure cooker, and I have pressed the saute button, and now I'm going to put my aromatics in, my onions and my carrots. Onions and carrots cut to about a 1/2 inch. The celery is sliced very, very thinly. And we're going to cook this, for about 6-7 minutes until they start to become translucent. And then I will be back as we start the rest of the recipe. So, lentil soup to warm your bones once it ever gets chilly. I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, welcome back. We have now cooked our onions, our carrots, and our celery for about 6 minutes. Now we're going to add 4 cloves of garlic, I can get it out, we will. There we go. There we go. Got it finally. All right. And a 1/2 teaspoon of thyme. And look, I saved it in a bottle. Anyway, and a teaspoon of ground sage. Sage is something you usually think about around Thanksgiving because it usually goes in the dressing that we have. So we now mix that together. We're going to cook that for about a minute or so. We have diced our Yukon Gold potatoes into about 1-inch chunks. I've opened my can of crushed tomatoes and have my rinsed and gone through lentils here. I have 1 quart of vegetable broth. You might have noticed I've used olive oil. I have used absolutely no animal products so far. So basically, I guess you would say this is a definitely vegetarian, maybe even vegan. I'm not an expert in that stuff, but we'll see. We'll see. I think I'm right. Oh, that smells great. That garlic is really getting fragrant, and that's how we know it is time to stop the saute. We are now going to add our can of tomatoes. We are going to add our potatoes. This is for medium Yukon Golds. These are not huge like russet baking potatoes. I've got 4 of those that I have cubed up. We now have our lentils. Using my best spatula, the ones that I was given, also known as my hands. So the lentils, and now our quart of vegetable broth. You give everything a big stir. We're now putting our top on our pot. We're setting it for pressure. We will add salt at the end if we need it. You know how I am. So we're going to program it for pressure. We're going to set it for 15 minutes. And of course, it'll take about 10 for it to get up to pressure. I have pressed the start. And at the end, we can either do a quick release or we can do a natural release for about 10-15 minutes before we do the natural release. So I will be back once it is finished cooking so that we can finish up our recipe. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. All right, I've just done the quick release. So we should be able to open it any moment now and serve us up some soup. Now, some people like to take some of the lentils and mash them up to make it a thicker soup. That's entirely up to you. You can do it whichever way that you want to. Almost ready. There we go. I think it's thick enough without doing that. Now, just a word to the wise. You always salt afterwards because when you're cooking things like lentils, if you salt them before, the salt can make the lentils tough, or any beans really you're cooking tough. So salt after you're finished. Doesn't that look good? Let's taste it and see what happens here. I'm going to have to blow on it because it's still awful hot. So let's see. You can use a little salt. Out of sight. So, when it starts getting cooler, make yourself some lentil soup. Until next time, this is Francois, saying, that's good stuff. I'm gonna dig in some more.